Did you know that becoming a rapper is the #1 cause of death amongst young black men? Have you ever wondered why the incarceration and murder of rappers is so accepted and somewhat celebrated amongst today's society? Today we're going to explore an example of this phenomenon. Welcome to The Rap Trap, hosted by Ayo CONSACO.
Hey, the day when I reach up on Billboard, the day when I'm on Billboard, I'm on YouTube top, I'm on Rolling Stone breaking all kinds of records, and this bitch ass nigga Benzino wants to fucking come online and start fucking with me, bro. Instead of being a father and just
let's go ahead and stop it right there. Let's go ahead and stop it right there. Right there. All right. Automatically, off the dickhead. What happened was, this girl has made an album or some shit like that, and in the album, one of the songs, she's talking about Benzino, speaking about his fatherhood and shit like that. The fuck did she say? She said something disparaging about Benzino in the project, like I really need to know what the fuck she said, because I really want to give it to y'all. Let's find out what the fuck she said while we listen.
the day when I'm on Billboard, I'm on YouTube top, I'm on Rolling Stone breaking all kinds of records, and this bitch ass nigga Benzino wants to fucking come online and start fucking with me, bro. Instead of being a father and just supporting from that side, you still want to be bitter. That's why you burn all your fucking relationships, my nigga. And that's why my career, yo, bro, I have to really bend my back and make sure niggas can fucking understand me as a person. Because at the end of the day, I don't.
There it is. So she's saying that's what the fuck was said. This bitch right here. And
my father's relationships.
I need y'all to understand why everybody gets called what they get called. All right. This is a bitch. And I really want to say nothing ass bitch, because if you don't have anything more inside of you than wanting to impress the internet, then you're a nothing ass bitch. Like, she said in the album that Benzino wasn't there when she needed him, and it don't matter, she gonna make it anyway. And what we're gonna find out later on is the reason why she said that he didn't support her. So let's get back into it. But before we get back into it, bitch ass nigga, right there, if a girl will speak that way about her father publicly, 99.9% of the time, you're dealing with a fucking nab. That's it, that's all. Because a woman wouldn't want that information to be divulged. She wouldn't want you to know that she came from that type of stock. But here, in this industry, if you have a good relationship with your father, then people got their hands off of you. You don't fit the fucking mold. You're scared to be different. You're scared to say, my father was Benzino. First of all, nobody gives... You don't make good music because you're just a good fucking musician. The reason why you are where you are is because you're Benzino's daughter. You would not be able to go up the fucking ladder and get to these places if you weren't the daughter of the fucking co-founder of Source Magazine. So if you don't understand why real niggas will look at you like, what the fuck is wrong with you? It's because after a father He doesn't have to be your fucking friend, and he doesn't have to support all of the retarded shit you might want to do. If you want to go do a naked fucking photo shoot, he don't have to support that. That's not what the fuck he's supposed to support. And once you get older and get a child like Cardi B, that will be the test to see if you come back and say, damn, I really fucked up. And then you will be able to see that the people who supported you when you wanted to do the shit that can harm you later on, those were the fucking demons. But for you to call the only reason that you're in this position to do all this shit that you said you did, breaking records and shit like that, you then call him a bitch ass nigga. You think your mother is the reason why you people care who the fuck you are? You're not no fucking ultra bad bitch. You not no ultra, like, it's hoes that look just like you and they got ass and titties like the fuck. You not no just no crazy. You know how many motherfuckers in the game that actually motherfucker make me pull some pictures out of like the fuck. You think you the best musician in the world. Nobody can't, I made it by myself. Are you fucking serious? But he's a bitch ass nigga. And the reason why a person could feel this way, once again, little girl, the reason why is because when you're a parent or when you look at what's going on in the industry and in the world today, how popular it is to down and diss the father just to be cool with everybody. Because if you say, no, my dad, that's a real nigga, he the only reason I'm here. Nah, my nigga, I wasn't raised with no father, my nigga. I'm a real nigga, my nigga. It was just me and my mama, my nigga. We made it. We ain't had shit, my nigga. She was crying and shit at the table, my nigga, crying because she couldn't pay the bill, my nigga. She was a real motherfucker. My mama was hitting the pipe, my nigga. I love my mama, my nigga. My mama was out there be doing what she had to do to get that dope, my nigga. I'm a real nigga, my nigga. I don't got no fucking daddy like no bitch ass nigga. You a hoe ass nigga. You got a daddy, nigga? What the fuck wrong with you? That is the feeling, not in just the music industry, like just in the world. It's supposed to be just you and your mama. You and your mama, like that's what's cool to say. That's the only narrative that's gonna work. It's me and my mother. Saying something about a father just insinuates that you're not ratchet, you're not bad off, you cannot be about that shit coming from a two-parent household. Showing love to your father is taboo in this game, pure point blank. It's always cool to diss the father. Oh, my daddy fuck that nigga. You'll always hear that. But I need someone point out an artist that has openly, in music, in songs. Well, I don't want to say it because a nigga could, because you'll say Eminem as I'm thinking about it. So I'm not going to go there. That just shows, though, that shows the different cultures. Like, that even further proves the point that over here on this side, the rap trap is so fucking destructive. It's so fucking destructive to everything that we need. It's destructive to our elders. It's destructive to our foundation. Our household has to be in shambles or we will not accept you. And you must throw caution to the wind at the drop of a hat. As we see right now, Kodak Black is going at anybody that'll come back about this fucking money shit. Who spreaded the money first? I was the first nigga. Like, this is what's gonna keep you on top. That's what's gonna keep you on top. Like, ignorance, retarded shit, no love for a father. And this really highlights. Let's get back to it.
The day when I reach up on Billboard, you know. The day when I'm on Billboard, I'm on YouTube Top, I'm on Rolling Stone breaking all kinds of records, and this bitch ass nigga Benzino wants to fucking come online and start fucking with me, bro. Instead of being a father and just supporting from that side, you still want to be bitter. That's why you.
All right. So once again, this is a NAB trait. This is a NAB trait. Whenever you have a person that refuses to see logic. So I'm telling you, the reason why I came in the house because it was raining outside. But why the fuck you come in the house though? I was coming in because it was, why the fuck you come in the house? I'm asking you, why you come in the house? Why did you come in the house? Why did you come in the house? I didn't know I wasn't supposed to come in the house. It was raining outside. These are the things, anybody who refuses to see logic and hear logic and rationale, you're dealing with a nothing ass individual, period, point blank. The reason why Benzino came out is because in your album that's getting all of these rave reviews, like you said, is because first off, he feels like you're downgrading him. You're putting him down to come up. That's the first thing. You're putting him down to come up. You're telling an untruth. You're not telling the truth. He did support you. He's the reason why you are who the fuck you are. And you're putting him down. And see, that's why I tell niggas, like, dog, I'm not gonna give my enemy the gun to kill me. I'm not gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I don't know for sure, not only that you're totally for me, but that you can take what comes with this fame shit, which will be people pulling at you to do something that you don't want to do. They're going to go at every relationship that you have, except for your mother. You look at what NBA Youngboy mama, and that's even more of a fucking crazy point. You look at what NBA Youngboy's mother has done during his career, and I'm sure you can name a whole bunch of other artists also, as this is the fucking era for the nothing ass bitch mama. We looked at XXX Tentacion's mother, YNW Melly's mother, and shit like that. You seeing that these kids are getting to where they mothers is my age now. So this shit is getting nabbed the fuck out. Look at Lil Rodney's mother. The little boy in Texas. 12-year-old. Like, it is nabbed the fuck out. So NBA Youngboy's mother has done more damage to his career. You would think it would be damaged, but people love that shit. They'll see what his mother is doing and say, that's just how they love each other. NBA Youngboy's mother has said, I'm done with that motherfucking bitch. If a father would have said that about his daughter in the game, it's cancel culture. It's cancel culture. It's over with. So we've never heard Benzino say any cross word about his daughter. You're the daughter of the co-founder of fucking Source. You go watch Benzino, and as he talks about it, like he went to jail or some shit like that, and they took everything from him, and then he was still providing. And it's crazy because his story just really makes you understand about a man really isn't worth shit unless he's an ATM. You're not there for any other reason. And if with that money dispersal, you give advice, you looked at like you're not supporting me. Oh hell, fuck no. Oh hell, fuck no. Look at T.I. I don't give a fuck about that. Fuck what you talking about. If T.I. is supporting his daughter financially to where you don't have to go and get a job to where folks is gonna laugh at you like, how the fuck you working and and all that shit like that, you're gonna do the fuck as I say. That's just, or fucking get the fuck out. You're of age, get the fuck out. But because he put down stipulations with his support, he's a boy. And it's cancel culture once again. Fuck that. Fuck that. Now, first reason, you putting him down to come up. That's the feeling. Secondly, he has to now come out and fucking defend himself. You're saying that now I'm still in the industry out here. I'm still moving around trying to get some money. You see, I had to go to fucking Love and Hip Hop. I'm trying to survive out here. My name is all the fuck I have. The shit you saying will be a fucking storyline on the next Love and Hip Hop show. I'm not trying to be seen that way. And it's a fucking lie. It's a fucking lie. And or tell them what I didn't support you on. And that's what y'all gotta hear. Let's get to it.
Burn all your fucking relationships, my nigga. And that's why
Oh, here we go.
Stone breaking all kinds of records, and this bitch ass nigga Benzino wants to fucking come online and start fucking with me, bro.
Another thing, you have a nab when they omit and exclude very important facts about a situation. For instance, your bitch goes and tells her family that this nigga just fucking put me out the fucking house. He pushed me out the door and shit like that. I don't know what the fuck wrong with him. This nigga gonna push me out the door. This nigga just kicked me out for no fucking reason. But you're not telling them that you were in the house with another fucking dude. See, this is why I tell you, there is no coexistence with a nothing ass person, because they're gonna get you and shit. How many times, I'm sure in your neighborhood, in your lifetime, you've heard of the friend or the brother or the sister who gets the other stronger, more about that sister, brother, homeboy, cousin to come out there and fight their battles when they were in the wrong, and they get their loved one murdered. The whole city know what the fuck happened. That was your shit you had going on. You was on that bullshit, and you called him down here. You called her down here, and she got killed for your bullshit, because you gave the fucking bullshit, or you knew that once you went down there, they was gonna overreact. You put them in that shit. This is why I'm telling you, you must break all alliances with the nothing ass people, because you're gonna end up paying the price one way or another. Where you thought it was supposed to be loyalty, you're gonna find out like you didn't have multiple chances to fuck this nigga bitch because she's a slut, but you didn't because it was love. But you cheat on your girl or some shit like that, or your wife, and she fucking call your homeboy, and this nigga start goddamn, yeah, you should have been left that nigga. Or with females, the same thing. You could have been fucked her nigga, you didn't do it, but now you a nigga, and the first thing she do is try to wear tight shorts around him and shit like that. You find out that the loyalty is not the same. but you kept them around for maybe entertainment. For whatever reason, you kept them around and you overlooked the snake in them because you felt like they wouldn't be a threat to you. And that's the biggest mistake that you can make, is underestimating the fucking devastating power that the nab or the nan has. I don't give a fuck what your relationship is to the nothing ass person. You must break it. If it's your son, if it's your daughter, if it's your father, if it's your mother, auntie, whatever the fuck it is, brother, sister, you must break that or you will not move to the next level. Being in close quarters mean being close to a nothing ass individual is gonna get you in a situation, and you're not gonna find out until that situation hits. It's gonna be when the motherfucker is on probation, on parole, and on a bond, and now the police get behind you, and you think this motherfucker that changed their ways. Police get behind you like, oh, the fuck these motherfuckers want this motherfucker throw an ounce in your lap. Like, I need you, bro. I need you. I need you. And now, in that instance, in that moment, you can see them for what they are. You see them for what everyone said that they were. But you stood up heavy for them. It'll be a bitch the same thing. I know the comment section will just be flooded with motherfuckers telling stories of how they went out their way and how motherfuckers snaked them. Overlooking these small things is going to lead to a very big problem. Overlooking small things are going to lead to a very big problem. I'm not giving my enemy no gun to kill me.
Stone breaking all kinds of records, and this bitch ass nigga Benzino wants to fucking come online and start fucking with me, bro. Instead of being a father and just supporting from that side.
Very good point. Finally, we get to the father part. All right. Finally, we get to the father part. Very seldom will you have a woman, let alone a young girl, who is going to be able to tell a man how to be a father. When they make that phrase one, when they say, instead of being a good father and just doing what I tell you to do, wouldn't that be the fucking exact opposite of what a parent is supposed to do? Is listen to what the fucking child says. I'm the parent. Wouldn't I be the one saying, no, don't go in the street? Why couldn't you just be a good father and just support me? Because I don't want you to get killed. What the fuck? So that's why when I see this shit and then I see that there is a support system for this type of activity, it lets you know exactly who people are. You listen to this motherfucker talk and then you learn the situation that in your song, you said that he wasn't there when you needed him. You didn't say that about your mother. She wasn't a fucking financial support. Why in the fuck did you highlight the fact that he wasn't there when you needed him instead of highlighting the fact that you got everything you want? So I just want us to follow this. I want us to follow this stream. What if you had did everything you could for a person? You did everything you could for a person. Let's say it's your girl, whatever like that. Let's say it's your old man. You did everything you could. But then when they speak in public, they're talking about the time when you didn't give them $50 when they asked for it. That's what the fuck we're rocking with? Why in the fuck on the album wasn't there a song speaking about how good your father was? The only thing you said about your fucking rich goddamn father that got you in this position, make no mistake. The only thing you said about him was that he wasn't there when you needed him. You didn't even like make it like, you know, I'm an up and down type of person. So sometimes I love my dad, sometimes I hate him. No, the only thing you say about your father is that he wasn't there when you needed him. So there's not even nothing to combat that. If you look at the Benzino, when he was talking, you will hear about how she went on Vlad and Angela Yee and shit like that, people who don't like him, and she had to pretty much, and they played the game. They played the game pretty much. Here, I got your daughter here, and I'm gonna show everybody that you were wrong in the issue that we had by showing that she doesn't even fuck with you. And I guess you have to be a certain kind of person not to understand how bad that can hurt. Taking fatherhood out of it. Let's not even talk about fatherhood. Let's just talk about as a friend to a person. You're a friend, and whenever they call you, you come. Whenever they call you, come. Somebody that you love, no matter the relationship. Whenever they call you, come. Whenever they call you, come. You go to a place, and instead of you, when you get to this place, just avoiding all the people who don't like your friend. So flip it over. So the friend, instead of them not going to the places of people who don't like you, they go there and then they kind of water down y'all's relationship and not talk about how much they love you and how much they've done for you. How much would that bother you? So I feel like if he sat quietly through all those situations, he did good. He did good. But this right here on this album, you making him look like a deadbeat. Obviously, that was his motherfucking, that's where the line was crossed. When you talk about what a father is supposed to do, you don't have any children. You haven't had to give a fuck about anything outside yourself. You don't understand that you're speaking out of turn. And this is what every grown-up can see. And yet when you go onto the media, because most people are like, fuck Benzino for whatever fucking reason. Like I said, if that shit is true that Vlad said about him wanting to come back up there and talk about fucking Eminem and shit like that, I ain't with that shit. And fuck his personality, because each man can have a different personality. I don't like his personality. I don't like his personality. I stay away from him. But as far as how they provide for their children, they're not abusing their children. They're providing. They're not deadbeats, then why the fuck should they get put into that goddamn category? And we as grown-ups should be able to say, yeah, that's going too far. Like, hold on. And why the fuck are you singling him out and not your mother? I really don't want to even hold it no more. I'm just gonna let it be heard. When she's saying that he didn't support her, she's talking about her smoking weed and her dropping out of high school. So she wanted to smoke weed because I guess that's what the rappers do in music. That's how she gets her whatever the fuck musician shit. She feels like if that's what fuels you, then the fuck you really not no goddamn musician. It should be inside of you. You shouldn't need that. And no parent should fucking promote their child doing any drug. Smoking cigarettes. If you're excessively drinking, you didn't brought a whole 6-pack to the house. What the fuck is that about? I can understand going to the club and maybe getting a shot or something like that, loosen up. But you bringing 6-packs to like, what the fuck is this about? And then you dropping out of high school? I want to drop out of high school to pursue my music full time. And see, let me play the clip so we can get, because that shit.
You still want to be bitter. That's why you.
See, yeah, we're gonna get to it.
Billboard, I'm on YouTube top. I'm on Rolling Stone breaking all kinds of records, and this bitch ass nigga Benzino wants to fucking come online and start fucking with me, bro. Instead of being a father and just supporting from that side, you still want to be bitter. That's why you burn all your fucking relationships, my nigga. And that's why my career, yo, bro, I have to really bend my back and make sure niggas can fucking understand me as a person. Because at the end of the day, I don't want my father's relationships and the bridges he burnt to affect me.
There it is. Okay. First of all, I don't know. Like I said, this whole thing is just reeking of biting the hand that feeds you. And that I'm seeing so much of that. Like I said, with these fucking celebrity fucking children. You come up under a fucking celebrity, you was given a lifestyle that none of us have lived. You know, being able to have the biggest shit, and that kind of corrodes a child's brain. Because now you don't have an understanding of being, not just considerate, but to being, appreciative of the things that you get and truly like, thank you for that. Cause you feel like all of your life, you've been able to get the big shit, and a nigga has went out his way to make it look like, oh yeah, I'm still that same person, so you can still shop the way we shopped when I had it, even though I don't have it like that no more. Your mother knows that, but because her mother and Benzino, their relationship has soured, her mother be the reason why this little stupid bitch is coming up asking for shit like that. Overly asking for shit. I don't see why he couldn't get you the big part. He should have got you the big thing. I don't know why he couldn't just go ahead and get you the biggest one. What the fuck did you put in? And that's a whole nother angle to it that I ain't trying to get into, but that is a very big part of this. You don't come off with this type of attitude towards your father without help from somebody. Because without help from somebody poison, if you have somebody that's always in your ear saying good things about your father, you would never, ever come on a goddamn project that's promoted because you're Benzino's daughter and say that, you know, he is somewhat of a fucking deadbeat, to even allude to that. Because you know that shit's not cool, but you did it because, yeah, everybody here don't like Benzino. Okay, yeah, you don't like him? Alright, fuck, alright, I'm gonna say it. Even though he engaged he's shown me a side that none of y'all have seen. He's given to me like he would never give to y'all. And you have to understand that what you do to your parents will be done to you. You're gonna see this same shit, but you'll learn that later on. But for you to say that I gotta go around and try to put out fires and stress to people that, yeah, I'm Benzino's daughter, but I don't fuck with him. That's what you're saying. That's what you're saying. And you don't know shit about fucking business. There is no fucking successful business person that has not burned bridges. You do not become a successful businessman by being nice and courteous to everybody. You become successful by cutting people's fucking throat, reporting people to the FDA and all these fucking shits like this, telling on your competition, corrupting people inside, having fucking double agents and all this shit like this, staging a fucking silent coup and all this. This how you become successful. You don't go through this game being happy with everyone when you're a black man. You know how many people that Master P had to piss off? Puff Daddy, so on and so forth. You're not gonna go through that shit and not have no fucking enemies. So just with that shit right there, the fact that you like just, and Benzino said that shit in the interview, like just no fucking loyalty. Like, no fucking loyalty. That's your father. And like, the problem is, you think this shit is cool to say. That's why you said it. You thought it was cool to say. But it's not cool. All you show with this shit is that you have no fucking loyalty. If you don't have loyalty to the person who fucking got you to this point, the whole reason why you're here, and make no mistake, we all know that he's the reason why you're here. Who the fuck? You ain't shit. And when all this shit goes away, because your career will not be long lived, when all this shit goes away, guess who's gonna be there to pick up the fucking pieces? And we know that also. So this shit right here is fucking disgusting. It's disgusting.
Make sure niggas can fucking understand me as a person, because at the end of the day, I don't want my father's relationships and the bridges he burnt to affect me. All that other personal shit he talking about, mansions and all that, well, everybody that's been in my life is fucking cap. That nigga is cap. We lost everything. Source was gone. By the time I was old enough to even understand the source, that shit was gone, bro. Give it up.
By the time I was old enough to know what was going on, source was gone. So this means that what you do, pay attention. A lot of the nab mothers that you will meet will say that, this nigga missed his child's first birthday party. He wasn't even at the baby shower. This nigga, you'll hear a bitch talking about her baby daddy or some shit like that. I urge you, if the bitch talks like this about her baby daddy, you need to run. He wasn't even at, she 3 years old and he ain't been to none of her birthday parties. You listen to this bitch, it don't matter. That don't matter. All that matters is when the child is old enough to know what's going on. So as long as you can goddamn get there when the child turn about 10 years old and just go ahead and shoot the money down, why in the fuck are you talking about the mansions and shit like that? Every father who didn't have his child in a goddamn mansion is a fucking failure? Was he there? Your mama didn't have you in no fucking mansion. So how in the fuck are you grading his fucking fatherhood, his parenthood, by whether or not he had a goddamn mansion? If you go to his interview, he said that she grew up in a fucking mansion. So if you were born to a mansion, you grew up in a fucking mansion if you had it for 1 fucking year. But that don't matter. Was he fucking there? There's fathers who go to war for years on end. The child has never seen the father. He's always on missions. He's always gone. They don't disrespect him because he's a soldier and that's looked at like, oh yeah. They don't come out and say, oh, fuck my dad. He wasn't there to support me. He was off fighting a fucking war. They won't say that because that's not cool to say. People won't support that. But you say some shit about a black father not giving a child a mansion. Oh yeah, he ain't no fucking father. What kind of father that is? You highlighting all of the bad shit on him, but and you're sizing him up by the things that he had. Was it important to him that he was around you? And in one of his interviews also, he shows, and I had to look into this. With this, that's her side. With him, I wanted to see like, damn, nigga, you really? And you go over there and you see this nigga got receipt on receipt. He got a fucking a card and shit like that she wrote him, handwritten and shit like that, saying she appreciate everything that he give and all that shit like that. Like, I just, for a motherfucker to be so repulsive, so ungrateful for the things and the opportunities that you've afforded them, not knowing the lengths you had to go to make it happen, not knowing how many times they've bitten their tongue just because they didn't want to seem like that type of person. And any parent knows that. And, you know, I had to bite your tongue on that one. And then after all that, this is what you come with? It will be above any motherfucker not to snap. Like, are you fucking serious? But like I said, this all comes from that divider. And that divider is the mother. If you and the mother are on the same side, you won't have that issue. So you need to get on the side of a woman and not a nab, because it's never going to work out. This is what you're going to come out with. Because as you're saying no, you're not finna keep sleeping in the same bed as us. I'm not finna push you in no stroller. You fucking 4 years old. You 10 years old. You're not finna keep coming in here sleeping in the bed. It's okay. The fuck are you talking about? And those are things that you're going to have to go through as a parent. Not only that, but when it comes to discipline, the child, if you have a nab, the child, that mother, so she'll run all over the mother. So the mother will want you to come in and discipline the child, but only when she says so. I'll say it again. The mother will want you to come and discipline the child, but only when she says so. When that's the case, when you can only dish out punishment when she feels like it's right, it's over with, my nigga. Like, you finna have a nap. It's over with. You finna have a fucking nap. Because it's like, the fuck, like, you can't just, hey, look, we don't talk like that. And she can talk how she want to talk. Hey, look, we don't do no boyfriend. She old enough. She can have a boyfriend. And these are real situations. These are real situations. And it's like, and there's no way to get around it. Like, if you're going to be a present father, you're going to go through hell. Because that nab is going, you see what these nabs do to cars and shit like that and tear up houses. They do 10 times that damage inside the mind of a child. And they do it for years and years. You know, when the government is programming a sleeper agent and shit like that, it's a certain way that they do it. And they do it over, they put them in extreme situations, so it doesn't take that long. But 6 months is a long time being tortured to the point where you have to leave your body and go somewhere else. And that's when they bring in the other person and they make that person come, and it might be a fucking certain noise, certain smell, and they wake up that sleeper person. So you go away because you're trying to get away from the pain. And when that other person come in, that's the person they program and teach them how to fucking kill and fucking have no emotions and shit like that. That's programming. MK Ultra, that's something else. But that's what's going on with your child. They're teaching the child not to say anything good about daddy, because if you do, you're going to get your ass beat. You don't get your ass beat for cussing. You can smoke weed, but if you say something good about your daddy, you finna bring down hell. So they're learning. This is what we do over here. And the mother won't let anyone around that has anything good to say about the father. This is another part of the programming. That's how you get this shit. So, like I said, it's when you have these type of situations, like in Benzino's position, like you can't allow her to go into the music industry. You have to just take your hands off of it and say, I'm good on that. I'm good on that. And see, I can probably see what he might have been trying to do, all right, I'm a winner over by, teaching her how to do music, getting in the studio, putting her around all the big people and shit like that. But all she does not have the ability to love or appreciate anything that you do, because everything you do is going to be looked at like you are supposed to do it, and it still doesn't amount to my mother. Like, you still competing with the mother and you never gonna win because the psyop is complete. The psyop is complete. It's already been done, and that's why she probably will never come out of this mindset without heavy counseling. But what takes place in a nab's life when they do, that when they have a pretty face, is they don't feel like they'll never get a real nigga who will actually tell them how fucked up they are, because the nigga is just trying to stay with them. We're going to go live about that tomorrow, actually, about the nigga who don't want to tell his big shit because, it feels like he's just lucky to have them. So she'll go through life just wrong as fuck. A nigga finally get fed up and tell her about herself, or she'll leave a nigga, then he'll tell her about herself, and she'll hear the same thing, but it won't really hit her until her image is gone. But she'll never truly reach any real true heights, and that's the fucked up part. Like, she's a fucking lead head. Like, she can't go nowhere. She's weighted down. She cannot ascend at all. She's just a nothing ass bitch. That's it.
Don't blame my mother. My mother is the best.
Oh shit. Ooh.
All that other personal shit he talking about, mansions and all that. Well, everybody that's been in my life is fucking cap. That nigga is cap. We lost everything. Source was gone. By the time I was old enough to even understand the source, that shit was gone, bro. Give it up. Don't blame my mother. My mother is the best thing that ever happened to me. My number one supporter overall. At the end of the day, this ain't here to bash my father.
My mother is my number one supporter overall. This is how, and I wanted y'all to see how the raising of a child goes hand in hand with the rap trap. Because the mother had no rules, and she did that shit. She did the friend role. She wasn't a parent, she was a friend. So because she did that, y'all friends. But in any other case, you would be 23 with 3 fucking kids. But because she was the nab who was lucky enough to get Benzino, now you're somebody that's in the industry. Your mother is a regular nothing ass bitch. She's nobody. He met her in the projects. She don't got shit. There's nothing special about her. In any other situation, you are just another bitch in Boston, 23, riding around the fucking Mitsubishi, going to fucking Arby's to clock in. Talking about how this bitch at work say one more thing to me, you know what I'm saying? Like, the only factor, or the changing factor, the X factor here, it's not X factor, it's another word, but the only thing that changes your situation is Benzino. But you're too much of a fucking lead head to know that. And that's why looking at this, anyone with eyes is like, yeah, you're a fucking idiot. What the fuck? Everyone with eyes. I'm talking about all them people in the office that are talking to you real nice and shit like that. Everyone knows that you dumb as fuck. Because you're saying shit that makes no fucking sense. Even if your father was a hard ass, he's the whole reason why you're here. And you're up this bitch being ungrateful, unappreciative. And it's just throw the fuck off. And motherfuckers with eyes, most motherfuckers, none of them, they're not gonna say nothing. But this right here, if you can hear, maybe you can grasp something here. You were poisoned, mentally poisoned by your mother. My mother is my greatest supporter. His problem was you smoking weed, which you're not saying here, and dropping out of high school. Your mother supported those things. So because your mother smoked weed with you and was 100% behind you dropping out of fucking high school, she gets all the love on the album. But because he was against that, he wasn't there when you needed him. That's a nab mindset, and it's just throw away the whole bitch. But I wanted y'all to see this so that you can see how this is what people want. This is what the industry wants. If you will fit the mold and, you know what I'm saying, say fuck certain people and you'll do what everybody else does, then it's all good. We'll let you in. And just out of that shit, like I'd be more mad at that shit. Like, so hold on. Like, the reason you did it, the reason you fucking did it, like you did that shit to fit in. Like, it's the loyalty shit for me. Like, it's just like, dog, you could have so many, like you really dissed me because it was cool. Like, that's what's cool to say. Like, that's how you, like, for real? And you know what the fuck it is? Like, you know that you don't live no exclusive life without me, but you coming at me. Not your mother for being just a regular nothing ass bitch. You coming at me. And it's crazy because you will have situations like this where you will see that, and this is a characteristic of a nothing ass person, the person they'll come at with the most vigor is the person that does the most for them. The person they're gonna come at with the most hatred and with the most evil shit is the person that does the most for them. It's just like a mother could relate to this in the sense of take the father out the situation, take him out of it. He ain't even fucking with the child. But it's a good woman here. You're a good woman. And you want her to graduate high school. You want her to not do drugs and shit like that. And her father is telling her, nah, fuck that shit, man. You can do this shit. I believe in you. You can do this rap shit. And he's smoking blunts with it and shit like that. And ain't been in her life, her whole life. But he come around smoking blunts and telling her to do what she wants to do. And he's the fucking hero. And in her child peanut brain mind, that equals love. It's too easy. It's too easy to understand. Like, there's no way you don't understand this shit. That's not cool. Like, but like I said, most motherfuckers, I'm looking at these fucking comments, motherfuckers saying, hold on, babe, don't let them get you mad, and period, and all this other, like, this is what I'm telling you. Like, you enter a different fucking realm when you come into this industry, because it will be everybody telling you that you right. No matter what you're doing, you right. You right. You right. And if you do not have a grasp on that person that's going into this industry, you are going to lose them. Because those people that are always telling them yes to everything they're doing, even though they're not real, they're invisible, they're not real people, but the person will veer further and further away, thinking that he has somebody holding him, and then, or her, and then they'll get over there and shit start to get bad, and then that person disintegrates, and now they're alone because they veer so far away from the people who they were actually holding on to, or it might have been holding hands with. But these people come like, yeah, we just hugging you and shit like that. It makes it seem like you have a closer bond with these people because they're agreeing with everything you say. But the people that are holding your hand, or even not even holding your hand, you just have a connection with them, like your mother, your best friend and shit, that want the best for you. They're not going to agree with everything you do and say. They're going to tell you what's right. And as a child, you can see that as, yeah, that's right. But that's why as adults, I thought that we would be the ones to say, nah, hey, listen, don't do that. Don't say that about your fucking father. We all know who the fuck Benzino is and what the fuck he did. And he the only reason that the fuck are you talking about? Like, just make your music. Don't do that.
And let me not get ahead of my... That's the best thing that ever happened to me. My number one supporter.
There it is.
Understand me as a person, because at the end of the day, I don't want my father's relationships and the bridges he burnt to affect me. All that other personal shit he talking about, mansions and all that, well, everybody that's been in my life is fucking cap. That nigga is cap. We lost everything. Source was gone. By the time I was old enough to even understand the source, that shit was gone, bro. Give it up. Don't blame my mother. My mother is the best thing that ever happened to me. Yeah, my number one supporter overall. At the end of the day, this ain't here to bash my father. And let me not get ahead of myself and be disrespectful. I don't even mean to call a nigga a bitch ass nigga, right? But at the end of the day, that's a fucking bitch move, my nigga. That's a bitch move. If you a father, right, support your fucking kids, my nigga, and that's it. Don't go online looking for fucking what's the word called? Clarity? Like, what the fuck are you looking for? Some type of fucking sympathy, nigga? You want...
There it is. Shut the fuck up. Let me lie. The rap trap dictates that I must say something about you. I have to say something negative about you. Don't worry about what I said negative. Just take that shit and let me ride. So why don't you say something about your mama? You see what I'm saying? It's this nab culture that feels like I have to be looked at like a victim. And that's also part of the fucking rap trap. I'm a victim, but I overcame that shit. You had to have something that went in that little fucking spot right there that you had to say, yeah, Dad don't believe in me, but fuck it, I'm gonna show him. Why don't you say your mama don't believe in you and you gonna show her? If it's just rap shit, if it's just some fake shit, why the fuck you ain't just say that? If it was just some fake shit, why the fuck when you call them and say, hey, I'm gonna do this or whatever? Victim culture. I'm the victim. Everybody supposed to be looking at me, feeling sad for me, and looking at me like I'm just the underdog, even though I came from a rich ass motherfucker.
People to feel bad for you because of what? Let's talk about how.
There it is. Very important right there. Very important. Very important.
Bitch move, my nigga. That's a bitch move. If you a father, right, support your fucking kids, my nigga, and that's it.
That's not it. But listen.
Don't go online looking for fucking, what's the word called? Clarity? Like, what the fuck are you looking for? Some type of fucking sympathy, nigga? You want people to feel bad for you? Because of what? What?
You know exactly. You know exactly of what. For what. You know exactly why he will want sympathy. But you didn't say it. Why didn't you just say you want sympathy because I said that you didn't support me? Why didn't you just say it? You know what the fuck you said about him. You know what the fuck he was responding to. Why the fuck you ain't say it? But that's what a fucking nab and a nan will do. They will omit shit. They're going to omit certain things. So it's not a bold-faced lie. I'm just going to act like I don't know why the fuck you mad. Well, I don't know what's going on. What are you mad? You know he went through your phone. He's seen you texting with this nigga, telling this nigga that you love him. And you're acting confused on why he's mad. You know exactly what the fuck happened. Why the fuck won't you speak on it? These are the characteristics. Pay attention.
Talk about how I don't speak to you. You didn't wish me happy birthday on like damn near none of my birthdays. Didn't say happy Thanksgiving. Haven't spoke to you in months, but then try to get me to go on growing up hip hop. Right? Trying to get me to go on growing up hip hop. Told me that they wasn't gonna let you on it if it wasn't for me. They didn't want to pay me the money I wanted. After that, I never heard from you again. Never heard from you again. Come on, my nigga. Y'all niggas is fucking weird, bro. Like, I had to pull up.
See, that, like I said, right there, because you a liar, because of the internet, I don't know what to believe on that, but the point of this stands. You said he didn't believe in you. He spoke out. There's no confusion here. He's the whole reason why you're popping. There's no confusion here. If he told you to go on loving, growing up hip hop and shit like that, you asked for a price, they didn't match it and shit like that. Maybe he was telling you, hey, this is a good opportunity. I'm not gonna try to speculate on what happened and fuck that deal up. What we're speaking about is the blatant disrespect that you can have for your father in this game and the way it's accepted and expected. You're supposed to say bad stuff about your father. Because if you don't, then that means that you not like us. And if you're not like us, you're not going to be successful. This music business is starting to look more like a fucking cult. And we're going to speak about that in a moment also.
And really stop because I'm shaking. I'm driving by myself on my way to my little appointments or whatever so I could finish up what I got to do so I could get ready for my Atlanta trip. My mom called me. It's crazy because we was just on the phone crying yesterday, sharing this moment, like really sharing the moment. Like niggas don't even understand, like, and I can't wait to tell my story because it's so many young females, young male that got industry parents or that got people in the industry, and these fucking people feel like they got so much power, bro. These motherfuckers got so much power. Nah. Them tables turn. Y'all niggas is outdated as fuck.
There it is. The rich kids are the victims. That's right. The rich kids are the victims. Let's see what she said. Let's see what she said on the thing.
Knocked you the fuck out already. Numb to the pain.
Let's see what she said.
March 1st, the singer fired off a series of tweets condemning her father for comments he made about her latest song, No More Parties, in which she sings, "My daddy let me down, but I promise you I won't let up. I want to say f that man, but that shit won't make me better." The former co-publisher of the source penned an Instagram post just hours earlier that read in part, "I've been posting and supporting, so I don't know where all of this BS is coming from. That line in her song is cap. My name and rep is very important to me, and nobody's gonna tarnish that for a storyline, you dig? I still love you very much, Coi Leray, but this gotta stop." Evidently, Benzino's comments enraged Leray, and she went on a Twitter tirade of her own, admitting how ashamed she is to be his daughter. "And this is why I never wanted anybody to know," she wrote in a since-deleted tweet. "I'm embarrassed to be your daughter. I should have been a boy, you're right, because I would have knocked you the fuck out already." Numb to the pain. I'm hurting right now, but it's all good. I'm gonna be the one to put us right back in that mansion. In Laray's previous tweets, she called Benzino a fucking liar and claimed they once lost everything. So now she appears to feel like it's on her to rebuild their finances. Laray was thrown into the middle of the ongoing beef between Benzino and Royce the 5'9" in January, with Nickel 9 insinuating that she had daddy issues. He threatened to take her to the park and let her ride the swings if her dad didn't stop letting his Twitter fingers run loose. She popping on a handstand on IG, he wrote at the time. Now go hug her and tell her she's beautiful before Drake or Trey Songz does. Laray seemed to address Royce's comments in a recent tweet and delete, writing, "Reasons why I think I need it to love me now because your never did."
There it is. There it is. Reasons why I think I need a nigga to love me now because you never did. The reason why you feel like you need a nigga to love you is because that's what your mother is showing you. That's what her mind was on. You understand? And since she's older, I'm assuming, she's been putting that down, and as y'all are friends, she's giving you the deepest secrets of her mind. And she's put that onto you. This is all your mother. This is all her. That's why you have the vigor and the salt. Because any other kid that doesn't have any fucking ain't in the industry as far as your daddy is just rich and shit like that. You ain't coming like that. You ain't coming like that. You'll be blessed. You're going to be blessed to rock out. But this is what you have to do. This is how you get attention. In a couple ways, maybe Benzino kind of twisted the lines a little bit because of how he's portrayed himself on TV and shit like that. This industry is going to do that. Allowing your daughter into this industry is a very bad move. A very bad move. It's a bad move. The only way that they can become successful is by saying, fuck you. You say, look at every child who showed or said they love their dad, career goes nowhere. Career goes nowhere. We need to see drama, and this is perfect. That's why he said, fuck that storyline shit. That's what the fuck you're doing. You can't be a fucking privileged child and then come, what the fuck are you screaming about? It's kids that are living foot to head for real. No car, really eating noodles. If you ever went there, it was for a temporary period of time, and that motherfucker jumped on a fucking reality TV show to change that. You never looked at your mother to goddamn put you in no fucking mansion. Why the fuck is she not brought up in this situation? When we talking about a mansion. No, we ain't finna do that. Fuck that shit. No, I'm here. We not doing that. We not doing the whole fucking all eyes on him and she just over here in the corner when she the one putting the poison. I've been told y'all, with Dwayne Wade's son and Magic Johnson's son, it's the same fucking culprit. The mother putting poison to hurt the father because she was hurt that he left. We know this shit. You got bitches online looking like Nab saying this shit. We know why the fuck a bitch will fucking poison a child's mind. He left you. You mad. You fucked up and you passed that shit on, and nothing good is gonna come to you. No matter how temporary success it's gonna, might look a little good, but you gonna pay for that shit. You don't fucking destroy a relationship between a child and their father because you're mad that he left. You gonna pay for it. Every mother Believe it. Every mother that poisons the relationship, give a fuck what you think you're doing. I ain't poisoning nothing. She didn't see who he is. Every mother that poisons that child's mind and fucks up that relationship between a father and a child, that shit comes back to you. You got some shit coming to you that... But this is what happens. You bring your child into this industry, this is what the fuck it is. This is what it is. If you don't have I'm talking about, I wouldn't even give a fuck if you ain't had that child since birth and it's a fucking relationship with that mother to where she knows her place. That's why I love to see the Ball brothers. The fuck is the LeVar Ball, whatever. Like, I love to see that shit, man, because it shows what, I hate that it was with a white lady though, but it shows what can happen when you put that goddamn, that fatherly love in there. He put them boys on a fucking mission. I'm sure it was days when the mother felt like it was, nah, you running them too much. You got them out there shooting too much. You being too rough on them. Look where they at. Look where they at. He's the one that made it. He's the one that made himself something. Why the fuck would not you let him raise this child? He made his life into something. The fuck? All you did was fucked. You never did anything of any consequence in your life. Why would you not let him raise this child into something? Step back, play your fucking part. That's it. You hate him, that's fine, but don't you love your children? So you would rather see the child on the couch with you, living with you with 5 fucking kids and 5 fucking baby daddies, actually 6 baby daddies, one of the babies died. You got 8 babies, 12 babies, and she living in a house with you instead of your child being successful and having a relationship. You'd rather the child be unsuccessful, living with you at 40 years old with no relationship with their father than to be successful and have a relationship with their father. But like I said, I'm speaking to deaf ears because a nab and a nan, they can't hear. That's the reason why they're nothing ass people, because they can't change what's wrong. If they could change what's wrong, they wouldn't be nothing ass people. You can go and look at what Benzino said and all that. You'll see how he responded. I just found this shit so throw it off, and just listening to how accepted this shit is, and like, this is just what you need in this game. You have to come from a troubled background. The only thing better than this is for her to say that he fucking sexually assaulted her. Like, you heard that she has some type of something in her. She knows she's doing wrong by her saying, when she said, let me slow down by calling him a bitch ass nigga. She knows she's in the wrong. She know it. And that give you a little bit of hope. But this shit you got going on, that's why I say, like, if you do not have I'm talking about a tight grip as a father. If you don't have a tight grip with your child, if you in a fucking turbulent situation with the mother, don't let you be the reason why that child goes into the music industry. Because there is not going to be any reason, no incentive for them to show any love to you. It's actually going to be the other way around. So handle business. Make sure y'all go to the link in the description box to get the Are You Serious t-shirts or the Big Facts Podcast t-shirts. Put your sign, your address in the goddamn PayPal note or the Cash App note. Make sure you hit the PayPal, show love. Make sure you hit the Cash App. Omen timepieces. Pick it. They already got their website set up, so you know what to do over there. Go to the Patreon. Get to the fucking Patreon. Patreon.com. Search Ayo CONSACO. It don't get no easier. Handle business. I see you on the minute. Love, love.
After taking a few moments to calm down, the Ray issued a few more tweets.
Down the track, fake stained eye, Bishop Bangs, rest in peace in Tennessee. Hold up, yeah. I'm the flame of the city. The flame of the city. So we speak the language of the air. I'm the flame of the city. The flame of the city. The flame of the city. Well, yeah. Dry tears run down, only I can see them. My smile ain't for real, only my mama see it. A city flame in a third world. Heat on, cause I need to live long in this cold world. Certified style, was a wild child. Burned down the whole town, like whoa now. Set tripping when the X kick in. I'm working hard like a Mexican, and I'd rather be alone right now. But every girl in my phone hold me down. Rock with me, I be on loud. We styrofoam, $200 cologne, like Sweet Jones. Yeah, and when you call on me, I'll be there. It feel good, cause I'm living as the flame of the city. Yeah, I'm the flame of the city. The flame of the city. So we speak the language of the air. I'm the flame of the city. Flame of the city.